Erudia, an ancient land where gods walk among men. A living, breathing, high fantasy world that we want to put into your hands. But we cannot do this alone. In order to bring you back to what tabletop is all about, combat, exploration, adventure, we need your help to bring it to life. By supporting us on Patreon, you can support this project and the cast of Moonskull, with our promise that we will answer to the only people that matter. You. Legend Seeker. Your legend starts here. Forge your path. Shape your destiny.
If my sound is working, can you hear me? Hopefully you can. I had Benji rampage across my desk, my streaming desk, not my work desk. Calvino hit that one. Hello, Jensen. Prasant, Jensen, me, Dave. Me opening a can of soda and making noise. Fantastic. Totally muted. Well, you know what that means. I'm going to do this a lot. And how? Oop, nope, don't want to hit that button. Oopsie. I got hit here. Oh, I see what I hit. Oh. That was interesting. I got this weird sound coming in. It was from video I had playing on X, evidently, because I didn't tab away from it or shut it off. I don't know. Dave can't help it. He's got to lie. It's the only thing that lets him feel. Or something like that. So, I had a Tuesday. It was a Tuesday. It was a full of meetings Tuesday. And when I was trying to think about making lunch, then I got invited to a meeting that took over my lunch. So then I ordered a burrito. And then I had to move a meeting that was supposed to be later in the day to when I was supposed to eat the burrito. So I ate my lunch a little while ago. I had bites during other meetings, and then I got distracted. So I had the burrito. It was a burrito bowl, and the little tacos I got with it. So I got to eat. So I'm happy about that. But now we're back here in Savis City on the Caustic Strand, which we were working on last time. And I have since last time added a lighthouse out here on a little rocky peninsula. I'm going to add a couple more little bits of rocks and kind of see how that works out. I'm trying to jazz up the edge of the coast here to give it something else to kind of let the eye rest on, because it tends to make a pretty sharp line with the beach. So I'm trying. Now I'm muted. If I'm actually muted, then you guys are going to have a very muted stream. Going to be sad. So sad. The only time I was maybe muted is when I was doing since I can technically hear myself in my other ear. I'm wise to your shenanigans, gans. Oh, and now see, now Why did that happen? Why did I end up? Oh, I see what it did. Nah. I think I hit something on my keyboard because I had a tab behind my tab that was also playing the stream. So I'm like, why am I hearing myself? Nah. It's almost as fun as when I drag tabs together and it tries to do that thing where it groups them together. And it, I don't know why you group your tabs, but and then I looked and I was like, what's this blue thing over here? Tab grouping. Quiet and tranquil stream. All right, it's going to be quiet. We're going to talk about all the ASMR stuff that people love. All right, I'm playing around with rocks and debris and, you know, stones and things. Because it's fun to have just different types of debris on the beach. Debris. Like dub bears, but not. What is this thing? This is a crane. Framework. Object. Object list. Okay, that's helpful. Hey, there's the campfire I wanted before. All right, we're going to put the campfire down here. Boop. Campfire. Just people hang out on the beach and have a little campfire with their log. They might fish from there. Who knows? Who knows? Now, one other thing I wanted to try and figure out if I could do or not is that's a round tower there. I was trying to figure out with what's it here? Is the wall? This is small wall. Let's see if I can make a round. Like a round wall like this. Let me grab this piece. Because I wanted to make like a pool here, like one of the natural pools, and see if I could move these corners out a little bit, see if I could actually put a little something there. Doesn't seem to do anything to the wall. I can curve the path, but it doesn't actually curve the wall. Interesting. Okay. So I'd have to put more points in here. That would do it. Doesn't have to be perfectly round. I just wanted something a little more rounder. Rounderer. Because it's supposed to have some shape to it. Like a little wall that they built around this, one of their little pools that they harvest minerals from. What I don't know is if I can actually add a little pool here. Because there's lake, there's ground with grass, and there's sea. Now, can I make a tiny lake? Let's see if I can make the minusculest, babyest lake ever here. Technically, yeah. Interesting. Okay. Snap paths. Oh, I could snap it to the paths there. Ah, well, yeah, I don't want to do that. All right, is this my lake I just played with? Okay. What's interesting, the water does actually ebb and flow up and down. Ah, that's kind of fun. So I'm going to put stuff at the bottom of this just to make it look like there's little rocky bits and whatever. But I'm going to take them and move them very low under the water here. So they need to be here. Because it's supposed to look like there's stuff down there. Stuff and nonsense. We don't want that. Where are my rocks again? Where did my rocks go? There's the big stones. I mean, this would work. This one. And this one too. Okay. Bring these down. It did move the terrain, which is interesting. I'm trying to decide if I want this one all the way at the bottom. I'm going to do. Keep it edge there. You can group tabs. Yeah, if you grab like an edge, if you grab a tab and drag it on top of another tab, it will boop and it'll group them, and then you can close a whole group and open a whole group, and you can color them. So you can say blue tabs, red tabs, green tabs. I don't do it because I'm a dork. Oh, wow. If it was cheese laying around, it would be debris. Wow. 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 Horrible. And we don't need that, but we do need wagon over here. We're gonna put a hand cart. Hear it? We're gonna be putting some other stuff here too. We're gonna put some goods. There are crates in here somewhere, right? Right? I think there are crates. What? Oh, single crate. I thought it said sugar crate. Thinking that's awfully specific. Right there. And now I know there is framework stuff. I think we're going to put this on this side. I'm going to bring it down pretty low here. And there are tools here too. More goods, more devices. Raw. A window? I don't think we need a window there. Water. Wall decoration? Nope, nope, nope. Fireplaces? Nope, don't need fireplaces. There's the tools. We need the tools. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got writing tools. Those aren't going to help us. We got what looks like a shovel. We got some picks and things. We're going to make those a little smaller. See what else we got. And that tools and another shovel. Put the shovel over here. And then what I'm looking for are, like, I know I can make little mounds with this stuff here. Where is it? The ground with rocks or dirt are probably going to be the best, because I know I can make little hill like this, and I can say has cliffs, and then I can make it a little taller here. I don't want to make it like super tall. That's crazy. But I can make it like this kind of a little thing. Doesn't have a good shadow on it though. Let's do this instead. Let's make it like a little hill. We'll pull in these little sides here a little bit. We'll make it a little larger. I want it to make it look like there's a pile of minerals or salt or whatever they're putting out here. Like they're actually creating little piles of stuff. I can't bevel the top, unfortunately. I wonder if I could put, because there were some grass things. Grass, there's trunks. Flowers wouldn't make sense. Though these little rocks might make sense around it. They're much darker than the rocks on this, though. That's the only problem. I need something that's a little more subtle than that. Let's see what we got in the grass. We've got this kind of stuff that I can put around. Kind of blend. Oops, that one's a little large. Blend the ground it in. Oops, I keep using the wrong button there. And make it look like they're probably doing a lot of this out here. I wonder if I could add straw. Might be a little weird. I'm just trying to think. I want to put some things here that make it look like they're packaging it up. That one's interesting. Like they're over here. Whoops, what was that one? I missed that one. I kind of like that little one that I just saw. Oh, that one's kind of cool. Where was it? This one. That one. Kind of cool. Turn it around here to the back of this. A little off to the side, and then we're going to grab one of these. Stick it here, but we're going to pull it up. It's kind of stuck in the side of the hill here. I pinned tabs, never tried grouping them. I can't see if Chrysanthemum's here. Did she make the face? Hello, Matthew Weeks. How you doing? We're playing around with map making today instead of writing because my brain. A pile of stuff over here for no apparent reason. Now, I thought I saw a thing that looked like there was a scaffolding, but there was a net of some sort. Let me see. There's wood piles here, which could be useful. That right there, we'll just bring it down a little bit. Make all the faces. Yay! Yeah, when works make your brain go melt, you make maps. Exactly. What's even funnier is I had so many maps today. I had so many meetings today that I was letting my brain relax while I was in the meetings by building a map in the editor and then compiling it and working on it while I was waiting to see what was going on in the meetings. Which reminds me, I have to check that on my work machine here quickly. Hey, it finished. All right, let me build some fast files. I may get roboty. If I do, I'll stop building stuff on that machine. So just let me know and be honest about it, because otherwise I could kill hours of work and that would really, really not be fun. Because I don't like spending hours on things and then having to cancel the processes. Stone fragments. All right, we're going to go through the stone fragments here. Now, I wonder... I thought there was a... There we go, this thing. If I were to rotate this and put it here, like there, if I took this and brought it really deep down in, it kind of... I'm trying to find a way to highlight that little edge there to show it off. And that kind of works. So I think I'm going to take some more of these little rocks. Rotate it. Get a different edge of the same rock. Yeah, make it look like there used to be some kind of a plaza or something, or some kind of a stone something or other laid out here that this is on. That they're working off of. All right, let's get you know what's interesting? When you copy one of those, you don't get the option to tab through it anymore. Very weird. That one can go up a little. I make a brand new one and go to this guy. Put him there. Him down as well. Take this guy that I just put here. Whoops. Make him a little bit more. I'm going to try and put a couple more little things in here. I'm not going to worry about noodling it too much because I could get lost in the details. Don't need flowers. Yeah, the grass isn't going to even go up on an edge. I wonder if I put... Where's that walk? Where that works? Okay, let's see. Yeah, we got a thing like this. This is nice. Okay. I was thinking about putting this here. Dragging it down. Walkway up to it. And then we're going to take some more of this stuff and we're going to throw them around here. Go on the back edge so we don't see the same piece. Then we're going to grab this guy. We're going to give him a little bit of visibility, but it's going to go all the way out to where we're working on that. So it'll hide that seam there. And we'll leave the stone here as if they've been, or not stone, but this shovel here look kind of like they've been shoveling it that way and putting it in, you know, carts and buckets and whatever. In fact, I'm going to put this over here instead. They're going to have been putting it into whatever they're doing on this cart. All right. Now, we need another stone building over here. Because, let's see, which one do we want? I kind of like the big L-shaped one here. Because this stuff is really important. And so, as small as the houses are for the regular people, when they have a thing like this, these things are really, really closely guarded. Because, well, it's very, very important stuff. We'll get our wall, get our fence out. It will go from the front of the building over to here. And then we'll start again. Say about here. This will be separate from the house. And I'll move this thing over a little bit. So we'll have this go along here. Right there. And then we'll continue on with it here. It will run behind these buildings and connect. Here we go. We got our little enclosure for our mineral extraction. So the other thing I want to do with this is I want to take this guy, I want to scale him down a tiny bit. Move him over. Because what we're going to do is we're going to take another one of these things. And we're going to find stuff here. Okay, here we go. Because we're going to find some other pieces and things we can put on here. That's probably about right. All right. We're going to bring this down to the ground. We are going to copy that guy. We're going to scale it to do that. We're going to rotate it. Have these two. Put a third one over here, but this one's going to be... We'll go with this one. It's seen a little more wear and tear. Bring this guy down. Whoops, not that far. A little bit of a ground shadow. And this is going to be where we have some stuff stacked. So we're going to put some more goods out here. Find the right ones, though. Nope, that's goods. That's not. I don't want goods. I want crates. There's a bed. Is this one? Yeah, here's the crates. Great. Into Have fun here. We're gonna put one of these out here on the end of that. Last but not least, I think we're gonna make a little something in between the buildings here. What should we put in there? What can we put in there? I think we should put a table and stuff. Like this is where the people between the buildings and stuff, this is where they can eat outside and do stuff. Rotate this one ever so slightly because I like it better going this way. There we go. Better that way. And what else we got here? Cabinet, crates. We're going to give them some crates under the eave there. And I think I'm going to create a little bit of a path. Make it look like people have walked around out here. Stone path. Yeah, we're going to go stone path. So the stone path will go right in here, across there. And I think the stone path will also go around and out this way. Makes sense to... They've gravelled up their little path a little bit. Those are just wooden planks laying on the ground for them to put crates on so they stay off the moisture of the ground. Yeah, reality is never square and perfect. That's why I have these. Everything's canted just a little bit. Some of it's nice and square. Some of it's kind of off square because, you know, people bump into things, knock things off. It's way more inviting. And that's why I put things like this thing. It's leading your eye away from there. And these things are leading your eye around it. So, yeah, subtle little things. And what else we got here? What else we got? I don't want one of those. What is this thing? Citizens. I don't want citizens. Those are people. Blech. People. Worst. We got branches. We got tents. We could put a tent out here. Like most of those tents, though. I mean, these kind of could look like a work tent, technically. So I can put this in the corner here. Let's see if I can find one that looks more like a work tent. This one looks a little more like a work tent. Ooh, that one's got a little bench in front of it. That's kind of like an archaeologist work tent. Ooh, this one also looks kind of like a work tent. Sort of like a market stall, but it's kind of like a work tent. And then we'll put another hand cart back here. All right, then we got to figure out if we're going to do anything along here. I could put... I thought there was a... Let me look at a couple of these options here. I thought one of these had... Because there was a fireplace or something like that, but one of them looked like a furnace, I thought. Let's see. Fireplace, fireplace, fireplace. I think it was down a ways. The door, not going to be useful. Pillar. Cellar entrance. A latrine. The workers need one of those, right? We'll put that back here. Let's see. We'll see if we can get one to fit kind of under the eave of the house here. We'll figure out what we want it to be. That's just a hole in the ground. That one has an actual door that's open to the sky. I kind of like that. A little latrine hiding under the edge of the building off towards the water. All right, so we got this here. Cloth rope. That looks like a hammock, basically. I don't think that's really going to be of any use. We put some festive-looking things like that out here. You got to find a pillar or something now. Post. Have a post? I know there's chimneys. Beam. That's not going to work. Let's see. Do we have a post? Oh, hi. Let me type. Post. No. Oh. I know there is a pillar in here somewhere. I just don't know what options. Oh, that could work. Oh, why is that? Why is this not giving me options to do anything with it? Ah, okay. Okay, I typed in the word post and it messed up everything. Okay, there we go. All right, so if I were to make this a little taller, it would cast a shadow, so you can see the shadow cast by it now. Look, they have festive flags hanging up. Ah, look at those people who are toiling away. I don't know about the rocks down in there. I'm still trying to decide if I like the rocks in there or not. Because literally these are supposed to be little pools, but yeah. Yeah, it's a very big post, but hey, they got to have a big post stuck in the ground. Otherwise, people are going to go crazy because the other option I have is this thing, which is not great. There's a round one. Oh, yeah, I don't have a lot of options, do I? And the only option I have is really, I can make it about that big. So it will be a small post. Now, I want to do something along here. And I kind of wish I had a way. Oh, I wonder if I could make little drying beds or something with little stone walls here. Like they have built little U-shaped things. Like if you go to a lawn store where they are not a lawn store, but like a landscaping store where they built these little walls here. Build that one off at a funny angle. Whoops. And this one will be a little larger, but well, pull it in like this a little. Because these are, they're just little drying things. And I'm going to put a little shape in here. I don't know if it's going to work. I'm going to try it. I don't think I can make an angled like slope of anything. But I'm going to see. I think if I hide it in here, and I put the outside edge here, kind of looks like a little slope up of stuff, maybe? Maybe. Maybe not. We'll see. That one looks like it's a little more scooped out. And then, because I can't really change the texture on these, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't really do much to it. I mean, it gives it something. Didn't find any post in the asset manager. Yeah, they don't really build those things. Yeah, these are just where they've shoveled some of the material off to the side to let it dry in piles. Stack them, stack everything. I could do the cliff thing, but I don't think that's a good idea. That looked a little weird. Oh, that one didn't work at all. Let's delete that. But now, here's the thing. I could technically... I can make these things have depth and stuff, but it's going to stick out too... Yeah, it's going to stick out behind. Because it does it uniformly. I can't just do it in one direction. For whatever reason, it doesn't let me do that. Okay. I don't know why it doesn't let me do that. Snapped paths, collision check, has cliffs. Plot properties panel, add point, add remove handles. Lift lower, add points. Yeah, it won't let me select an individual point to screw around with it. I wonder, let me do something else. I want to add, oops, that didn't add it there. If I take this and I added this to it, I could technically make this thing kind of spilling out here. So it sort of spills out. It's really subtle with this ground. So if I, but I'd have to put something on the ground underneath it, like here's my grass stuff. Put this underneath it and then try to pull it beneath. No, it doesn't go underneath even. Well, that's as clear as mud. Speaking as a person who's working with minerals, that's kind of a fun joke. Take this thing. I'm going to stab it in here, but we're going to make it a little bit smaller. And we're going to rotate it so it's not sitting at the exact same angle as the other one. And we'll pull it down slightly. Can we get the end of it sticking in? No, it just goes underground. All right, we got that. Somebody digging in those things. I could pull the height of these things up and down so they're not the same height. Make the outer one, the outer two, like a little shorter. The center one's like a much larger piece. Would be interesting. I don't want to do that. Give me this. Now it's below that, so it's not going to let me select it anymore. Wow. Oh. All right, well, we'll leave it there for the moment. A pun joke? Sort of a pun joke-ish. I don't know. I'm not very good at those. My ability to pun was removed by gypsies. I had that part of my brain removed forcibly with an axe. Got campfire. I'm gonna look and see. I could put the part of this. I could put the workshop in here. Scale it down ever so slightly. Stick all that next to this. Kind of a little large. Good work though. Don't need anything in there really. Technically, this could be completely isolated over here. Wanted it to be. So it's separate from all the minerals. That's kind of cool. Can't confirm or deny any involvement in that. Need to lighten up a little more. What? Are you saying I'm not very bright? Just for that, we're going to put this thing here. This is where they keep Dave. In the basement. All right, so we got a lot of stuff going on in here, but it's pretty cool. I think it works out. Got some interesting shapes and bits and pieces. We've got the startings of the lighthouse here. Now I want to put a little cliff on this thing. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create almost like a little bit of a fake, like quasi cove here. And I'm going to try and build up another bit of rock and things here, like I did over here, and make that a definite spot where some of these little whistlings like to sun themselves. Because this is not one of the main villages where those things are, but it is a village where they're at because they're everywhere. So here we go. We're going to try and start in on this. We're just going to start by placing a lot of rocks, and we'll play with the height of them in a little bit here. All right, we got to enlarge some of these rocks. And give me my big rocks. I'm going to need a lot of different shapes and things here. Because the higher part, it's going to ramp up, come to a big height, and then fall back down. So there's like a little plinth of rock out here that these little guys like to live on. So we'll bring this up above everything else. It'll cast a little shadow. All right, let's get, whoops, clicked on the wrong thing. Ooh, yeah. Let's see, let's try some more rocks here. Let's see, what do we have? Is that literally, I really need another big rock. Something I can scale up really high. Because most of these are at maximum scale. Unless I have, that one kind of goes up a little bit. One's sort of useful. Kinda. Up a little higher. I thought there was another rock. Are these towers in the water or sandbars? Not sure what you mean. So this is like a big sandbar that sticks out with lots of rocks around it. That is an actual leeway. This is a pile of rock that was sticking up out. It will have a splinter off into the land, but it's just a big rock that's part of the beach. Like a seal, sun, and rock. Oh, interesting. Okay, it just keeps copying that one rock. Why is it not copying the actual big rock? Weird. Up a little. Gonna have to, we'll hide some of that with copy of one of these. Him up a little bit. On top, hide some of that shape. We'll just keep building it up in layers. You got layers. Ogres have layers. My rocks have layers. This one like that. Just keep putting some more here. I'm trying to remember. What is T is up? What is down? Lower is G. Okay, T and G. Up. Put a little one below it. Up slightly. We're just going to play around with some of these little shapes on the edges until we get kind of the fillers we need, and then we can start putting the bigger guys in. Yeah, we got to keep him down. I keep this rock down. That was tough to get a rock in the right height there. Guess we'll put it up. And we'll take one of these guys. Rotate him. We're only going to expose part of him out here. Bring him down as well. Take another one of them. Bring him here, but he's going to go up a bit. He's going to be the pinnacle of the rock. Get another one, which we're going to turn this way to give a little shape. Get him there, and he's going to go right down below because he's right below it. Get this guy so we don't have the exact same shape sitting there. This piece over here. Grab this guy, bring him down. We'll get a little shadow, which will make him look a little different. This is going to look like a big weird stack of rocks because, well, we can't build a lot else. In fact, you know what I should do with this? And I think I'm going to do this now. I'm going to make it look like it's a little pass-through. Like it goes up on top like it's an arch. So I'm going to build up the left side and build up the right side. So it looks like there's an arch where water goes right through it. That'll be fun. Yeah, the little animations are cool. And there's occasionally you'll see a bird fly over too, which is fun. Oop, did this actually save? There we go. All right. So that means this one we'll play around with it. I think I'll add a couple more pieces because we got to round that edge down this way. All right, so this one's going to come up like that. This one's going to come up. Oops, a little bit too high. Like that edge. Then this is going to come up here. Just, oops, not that far. Just to give a little edge underneath here. Let's go put that guy aside because he looks cool. Already using that one there. Let's see, what can we do here? Move the map, not what I wanted to do. Put this one out, but it's got to go up. Go right below that. Change a couple of rocks here. He's going to be right there. Just trying to find a couple of rocks. Nah, I don't like that one there. Find a couple of rocks in here that will fill in this space nicely. I'm going to have to probably go with the big rock again. Yeah. Give the shape and the edge, and then I'll play with other rocks on top of it. Whatever I'm putting here. Rock am I getting? Rotate. And if I go here and bring this rock up, I feel like I'm getting kind of a stair step here. We'll take this a little farther this way. Let's go up. Yeah, we'll go up. Oh, he's the same rock. Not gonna help. Same rock won't work there, sir. Weird. That's a weird rock. We'll give him a little shadow there. That's there. So we kind of got our little archway through here. I'm going to add a couple more rocks around the edge here. Oops, that went underground. That's Too far? Oh, that key moves that down pretty far, pretty fast. And I think we're also going to put one rock, put it out here. And it's going to go a little tiny bit down into the water. Nope, that's going to be up. Whee, it's floating. It'll be up enough to cast a little bit of a shadow. Give it a little friend rock. Break the edge up. I'm thinking the little creatures will have their little rocky spots in here where they live, the little whistlings. Let's see, we'll bring him down. Hello, Cajun Corey. And so I think I'm going to go in here because there's this straw stuff down here. Oh, there's some water plants. Doesn't really make sense to have water plants in this brackish water here, though. What else we got? Oh, these could work. Leaves. Little seashell looking things. Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if I could put one of these up on top. Make it look like a plant. Nah, it doesn't make any sense. All right, so we're gonna put we're gonna find the straw. Because we're gonna go up on top here. Let's see, let's find this. We're gonna put these little nest things up here. Kind of blend in. I might have to move them over a bit. Oops. Trying to do. Make that stick out, but I think I'm going to put one of the round ones up here. Make it look like an actual little weird nest that one of these things would be in. Larger. And it's a little bit large. And I think also we're going to be putting one of these little boats over here. We'll pull that up here next to these rocks. What else can we do? What can we do to the edge of the water here? Something fun. Since it kind of gets hidden, I might be able to do a plot of, we have wood, dirt. I think we go with stone. Make it look like maybe it goes underneath there to the water. I don't know. I kind of like the water being there. I just wish I could angle it a little better. I can't really. That's a problem. I think we'll live with it. I'll just play around with a couple of other things. Oh man, that Calvino slipped and tried to catch himself on my my lap, and he was falling, and he dug into my heel with a claw, and it hurt. And I put Neosporin on it. It had a little bit of a blood, and it's now got like a little round hole in my heel where he got me. I was like, oh yeah, he did get me. He got me good. Cut me deep, Shrek. Well, this is the problem is what I did last. It caused some problems when I tried this last time because this is the edge of my ocean, and I just saved to be careful. Let's see, is it gonna do it there? It can make little curvy pieces, and I can add little segments in here. And if I pull this one over here, and then I add another point in the center, I started to run out of points when I started massaging it too far. Because it wouldn't let me add more points, and I was very confused by that. It's possible I ran into a bug, but I can only angle it so much before it goes crazy. But I can pull these in. I've added them before. I kind of like it going up along this. So I'll hope that I can add them back in, because I also accidentally, as you can see, I accidentally deleted my old setup too. I deleted the coast more than once. I've deleted the coast, unfortunately. I'm just good that way. It's just the way I do things. And sometimes it gets these little annoying little curvy bits like that, where it adds the little cut, and it's visually very distracting. Let's see, it didn't move any of my other points, hopefully. Yeah, I've got to re-add my points up here again too. Oh yeah, I lost. Oh wow, I lost a lot of my. Oh, I guess I lost all my coastal changes. Never mind. Doesn't say this beach looks actually very straight from where it was yesterday. Oh yeah, this point used to. I guess I shouldn't be surprised I lost all of them. Not surprised. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna re-add my bits and pieces that I had down here too, because the reason that I started doing this is because I built a peninsula out here for my tower, and that also got removed too. Dang it! Dang it, Bobby. Hmm. All right, we'll start rebuilding my shape. I think, if I remember, shape I built went out, had a little angle to it because I was pretending it got worn away by the ocean and the currents. I think I had it going out like this because it followed the edge. I had some floaty bits out here. I don't think it was that one I used, but I built this little area. It wasn't as solid. It was like this little, like I'm doing here, this little pool. Keep grabbing the edge of the damn water. All right, let me see. I gotta move this down a tiny bit. So I need the edge pieces to be the ones that are doing the work here. I will lower that one. So you go down. You go down even farther. You go down as well. What the heck? Let me move this up one. There we go. A little weird still, but it works. Dave Offen. Yes. Hello, Mr. Kaio. How you doing? The map making is going well thus far. I haven't broken anything horrifically yet, like I did yesterday when I was editing. I just literally hopped on for a little bit to edit and ended up breaking things pretty well. It was good. But that's how I learn. I try things, and if they don't work, I complain that they don't work. And then I fix them. Oh, what is this one? Oh, I see what I did. Okay, yeah. All right. Now go up with the other pieces here. Fill in. Go up slightly. And then we not go up. Keep it down. And I will play around with the height of this piece here to get it where it needs to be. And I'll decide if I want these other pieces even up here. There are too many of them. I don't like them. Getting a little busy. Getting busy. Then I'll hook it up to the edge of this. Other pieces that I'm going to play with. That's going to flugify the edge here. Make it smooshy. And we'll go. These. I'm going to rotate this guy around so he doesn't show up the exact same face. Add. Oops. This will go up a little. All right, now we just need a piece for the underside here. Kind of, utilize edge of this thing. Yeah, that will work well. Put him down. So he's underneath. So we've got kind of a little shoal thing there. Just relaxing a bit for further game prep. Aha! Yeah, good thing these maps aren't going to be used for anything important. Cat's feed. What else? I want to do something else to the whistling area here. So I was thinking that it might be nice to have another like campfire over here. So I think maybe, let's see, I'll go in here. Where's my campfire? Is it trunks? Or chimney? No. This is my campfires. This is campfires. All right, let's see what kind of campfire we got here. That kind. We got this kind. I kind of like that bigger one. Like people probably come out here a lot. Yeah, and then I put some logs and branches around here for people to sit on. And then I think is there wood, stacks of wood, something like that. Yeah, there's wood piles. We'll find a smaller wood pile here. That's a little large. I guess we'll go with the only one that kind of looks like a wood pile. And just go with it. We'll just make it small and put it over here. We sink it into the ground so far, you can't see it. Strange looking though. I don't like it. We're just pretend that they have that. I'll also make this a little smaller because that's a pretty big fire. There. And I can picture somebody coming on down here and fishing off these big old rocks, pieces of old building that are sitting here, and using that as their fishing spot. I like it. Especially with all this stuff out here. I kind of think now this should be there. All right. Now that I moved the shore again, I'm gonna move all this stuff. This fire pit will stay up there. This stuff will be fine. That blew up on the thing. People sit on and get attacked by giant birds. Yes! People getting attacked by giant birds is the key to everything. Campfires. Cranes. No cranes. Birds! Why would I plant or place a bird? I don't know why I place a bird. All right, we're going to bring a dock off of here, too. It's going to be right next to this rock. This guy's dock has seen better days. Now, maybe we'll give these guys a dock, too. Why not? And they won't have seen better days or have seen poor days. They're rich. These people are rich, damn it. But that exact same dock that's right next to it. Let me rotate it once and see if it looks different. We'll have theirs come closer up on land, and this one also needs to be a little more land-based. Lots of little docks out here. I think we're gonna put one here too, but I think we're gonna do the one that's not well maintained out here. Yeah. One. It's just high tide, exactly. It's just yeah, don't worry about it. Don't think about it. All right, these people have a boat on their edge. These people have, let's put this next to this guy. We're gonna put one of these guys here. Pull up on the beach. Now we're gonna put a nice boat there. Put a quasi nice boat on this side. We're going to put this guy out here fishing. We're gonna rotate him. And actually make his boat a little bit bigger too. I'm gonna have that guy doing stuff. He's busy. He's working. Look, a bird shadow. Whee! 2 bird shadows. Have a large ship that had, set sail. See what else we got. We got full sails. We got not full sails. Another one. This one will be coming in. I might not be able to see that if you're playing. If the map doesn't get exported, I have a lot of it. You won't even see it offshore, so I might have to be closer to shore here. Yeah. All right, we still got more of the town to fill in too. I'm just having a lot of fun with the beach. The beach. The beachity beach. I do wish there were other things like this. So I wonder if has anybody made anything that's related to beach? A beach chair. Okay. Okay. That's somebody made a Coliseum. Nice. Small fountain. A dragon. A circular windmill. A skeleton. Enterence to cave. Enterence. Okay, that's a good one. Mountain Peak. It's Peak Mountain, man. Dark crater. All right. Barricade. That's a grave. Oh, that's what that is. Nah, I don't see any of what I need. All right, we're gonna play around with more of the edge of this beach areas. We're gonna go with some more little rocks here and there. And we're gonna bring that guy back up. Well, he does not have the ability to go very deep, does he? Okay. Can't even stick them under the edge of those things. I was gonna try and add some rocks to those, but let's look at my other rocks here. We've got these things, which are pieces of stone, which technically could go down here. Yeah, the shadow thing is a little weird for some of these, but put in a giant windmill. Do your job, windmill. I don't know. Doesn't seem fitting. It doesn't make sense for this little coastal city where they dehydrate the water to get minerals out of it. I can do some stuff down here. There's beams and pieces of wood and stuff laying around out here. Give these guys something on their dock. Let's give them some goods. Goods and crates. Crates and goods. We'll just put a bed on the end of there. There we go. Straw. Chair. All right, well, we'll go here because they trade in a lot of stuff. So we'll have some stuff just waiting here to go on. I think we might put a crane at the end of their dock too. We're going to take another piece of dock here. Is the crane on that? I guess the crane is on there. Oh, I don't need to do that. Oh, hey, there's curtains. Curtains for you. All right, let's see. We're going to put... I guess we'll do a dock piece like this. I think we might put it here. I don't want to do this. That's what I was thinking about doing. It's making it a little lower like this. And then putting the crane on there, the little crane part. So they can reach over and grab large boxes and put them on and take them off of the ship. Oh, let's see. Which crane do we like here? We got this kind of crane. Looks like a trebuchet. This one's got quite a big round apparatus with a double swing arm or double arm with, you can really see the cable. This one's got a crate on it. That one's just got a big, strong arm. I kind of like the... Ooh, there's a small one with a crate on it. That one's kind of neat. I'm getting a phone call from some number I don't know. That one's kind of neat. Yeah, the all these beaches, it's a really deep grade because it's the sea and it just plunges. Because the ocean and the sea, it's evidently deep. And this this trench here, This is quite a deep trench as well. Didn't mean to call me. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You monster. Okay, they got stuff going on. They got stuff going on. Some more stuff in here. Let's see what time it is. Oh, I got time left for a lot of stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Oops. Put in a massive rock here. Floaty rock. He's floating. Time for another map. No. I got so much more map to do here. I got a whole section of the city that's got nothing in it. Nothing, I tell you. And since this is a relatively arid area, I can't put really trees around because they don't have a lot of trees. I kind of wish I had more like sailcloth type things. You know, there's this type of stuff, but that just looks like hammocks. No, those don't really look very good. Hello, Paul. How you doing? Hopefully your day has gone well thus far. What else we have to put out here? What have we got in our pockets? We have pillars, which we know are weird. Hey, I finally found... Oh, no, that's water sources. Oh, hey. There is a little pool-like thing here. Let's see here. Huh? How big I can make this. Not very big, but I can make it. So I could have another one of these over here somewhere. Tangential to this. Doing well, hoping everyone has a good day. Lurking, Sassy Witch. How dare you lurk? I mean, thank you for lurking. She's just lurking because she's drawing pictures. I know it. It's got to be what she's doing. The crates by this larger one. Something there. Well, he's got something going on. And now what I want to do is I want to grab... Probably didn't put it anywhere. It's probably in the exact same position it was before. All right, I'm going to make one of these smaller. Rotate it a little bit. And I want to go down. Like this. And have it be here. That. I can just use this boat. Oh no, this is the fishing net one. Never mind. Yes. And I did see that people have made some other boats that are like broken. I could grab. They pulled this out of the water and they're working on it. Watching videos of people drawing anime so I can learn. Ah. Well, you have fun with that. Thank you for lurking while you're doing it. Dave's always wanted to be a frogman so you could draw him as a frogman. I'm pretty sure that's what he said. Right, Dave? Right? Oh, what was that? There was a thing in there. Fireplace, 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 fireplace. It looked like a cooking pit. That was interesting. Oh, this is interesting. Hooked on, I could hook a little furnace-y thing right on the edge of this. Make it look like they're drying stuff out. Kind of fun. All right, what was this thing? There we go. These pit, fire pit. There's a double-sided one. We'll just go back to some rocks and stuff. I'm gonna go grab my stones now, though. Go down a little bit. Fill in some stuff here. Kind of like it looking like there used to be maybe a stone dock out here a long time ago. Ever wanted to be a frog that worked in the ass of an airplane working on docking sequences? What? Why not? Yeah, the plants they have here are going to be very specific. The ground here and everything is not suited for agriculture, so it's a relatively dry, arid place. Most of their farming is done farther up north, except in like little gardens that people will do in their own homes where they're growing specific things. So they rely on the orchards just out of town for all that kind of stuff, and the other areas for more food. But they have tons of. This place is really known for shellfish, and there are pearl divers around out on the coast too, because the town used to extend a little farther out here a long time ago. You can see there's like 1,000 years ago or so, there used to be massive towers and walls going off into the water. So there's ruins out here that we'll be playing around with in a couple of these spots. And some of these ruins are in the deeper part of the water. And there's little bits out here too. So shellfish shitty town. Oh, you're talking about for chrysanthemum. Oh, I thought you were talking about the way things grew here. Got it. I missed the whole Miracle Grow conversation there. Oops. Look at me paying attention to what I'm doing instead of what I'm hearing or something. Yeah. Little bit tired after today. Just a bit. Little exhausted from all the stuff. Trying to get everybody set up for holiday timing and coverage over the holidays coming up. It's taxing. Just gonna say. Oh, right over the top of that. That's over the top of that. This will be down a little bit. This one will be down a little bit as well, but over here. Oh, a little bit better look. Doesn't happen very often, Russ. Feeling you today is definitely a day that happened at work. Yeah, it was a time. Things happened. It was just so many meetings back to back. Tuesdays are always like that for me, but today was especially Tuesday-y-ish. A bit. What do we have here? What do I have here? A device. There are many such devices. I don't know what any of them do. But they do exist. Metal goods. An axe. Curtain. Clothesline. I just start putting beds along the coast. Carpets. No, no, no. Chairs. A line of chairs along the coast. Docks. I do wish I had more rocks, but I don't. So I'm going to deal with what I have by doing what I can. Oops, I just accidentally hit. I hit the caps lock, which I didn't mean to do. And wow, that doesn't really go. That's interesting. There we go. I didn't realize those were like that. All right, we're going to pull this back a little bit. Make it look like they built their dock on the ruins of the stone dock that was here. We're going to pull both of them out a little bit here. There we go. Oh, let's see. Boss left saying he wasn't feeling that well, which should be good because no one called in today. Then guess what happened 30 minutes later? Sassy Witch says half of them turned up sick. Oh, I'm waiting with bated breath. Yeah, one of my guys went on a vacation. He went to visit family over Halloween, and I was like, "Ooh, you sound a little stuffy." He's like, "Yeah, I'm kind of not feeling great." And I said, "Well, you know, you can always go home." He said, "I am thinking about doing that exact thing right now." I said, "Why are you still at your desk?" I'm the toughest boss ever. Oh, I make everybody stay all the time. Unless they want to go home. One of the guys did say that he's not used to having somebody approve his time off so quickly. He's like, normally I have to wait and go through a whole procedure and stuff, but I'll send it to you and you just hit the button. Like, yeah, it's your time off. You do a lot of work, like all of the people here, so why not use it? If I can actually go, oh, I can't go down. All right, if I put this here, let me do something once here. Can I? That's going to stay at the same height. Okay. And then I'm going to put, these guys are getting a table out here. A table, people. Because they like to sit out here and eat the fresh fish and not get dive bombed by birds at all. Except they totally get dive bombed by birds. And by birds, I mean whistlings. Little dragon annoyance creatures, which are awesome. All right, so these guys have the remnants of an old something here that they're still using. want to make that a little smaller so it doesn't look like it's that same piece up there. So it's got the same tone. It's got a slightly different color to it, doesn't it? Well, can't do a lot about that. There we go. It's the fact that it's got one layer of shadow on it. There we go. That looks way better. And now I can take their table and move it. I'm going to leave it there. A whole table. They have an entire table. I love it. Death to Mr. Frost. No, don't death me. Followed by a fire on the stove, so turned off the gas to the kitchen, which upset on it. Oh, no. Man. Don't they all work from home? No, no. Not a lot of people work. We have a very small group of people that still work from home. Who called dragon an annoyance creature? Well, let me tell you. We got news for you, pal. There are little creatures that live amongst the rocks along this coast that are the size of probably a seagull, house cat size. They're little sea-colored dragons with little sort of diaphanous membranes that there are their wings, but they are like the seagulls of this coast. They come down and grab whatever the hell they can get and retreat up to their little enclaves, their nests. And I did, at one point I did some reference shots. I don't remember where I put them, but they're somewhere out there. Because I don't think I put them in the... I don't think I put them in the document. Yeah, they're opportunistic scavengers that plague most civilized coastal towns across the Godlands. They're excellent swimmers and gliders. They shy away from direct contact with people, preferring to steal unsecured food and slink away again. They dot the rocks, cliffs, and even docks of most fishing villages and often follow fishermen as they work, hoping to snatch a fish or three from unaware sailors. The average coastal wormling is a blue-hued scaled lizard with a long guiding tail and gliding fins tucked under their forelegs. When extended, these wings are diaphanous and glitter in the sun, so when a clutch of them takes to the air to descend upon a school of fish, they sparkle majestically until they splash into the sea. They're consummate scavengers and beggars. They have piercing shrieks, because if you upset them, they will drive all your fish away. And they also are pretty good familiar. They have resistance to acid and poison. They can climb, they can glide, they can run, they can swim. And when they eat something that they shouldn't eat, like they have, what is it pica or pica? They basically like to swallow items like rocks, trinkets, anything they want to keep. And they'll swallow it, and if they keep it for a long time, it starts getting coated over like like pearls do in the gullets of these creatures, and eventually they'll vomit them up in their nest, and they'll have these little pearl-like stones. As kids from the villages and other people, they hunt in these rocks till they find inside where they've vomited up these little stones, because they are not very big, but when they find them, they're worth a lot. So it sounds just like me. Wait, are you an unsecured food grabber? Everybody just hears a piercing scream and they run away and they come back and they're like, where'd my cheeseburger go? Good job, Dragon. How many things are based off chat? Oh, a lot of things. We have Kyle the Kind, the traveling ogre who draws pictures and plays music and communicates with people. Has an entourage of misfits with him. Who, you know, the only ogre trader who runs around out here. We've got a place called Moss Moss, where Moss Boss rules the giants, which I thought was fun because Moss is not a giant. We've got, obviously, we have the mythic characters from the mythic people. I've got a Michaela halfling that runs a an inn in the place. We've got a Thunderaxe. JT there's a dwarf, a Thunderaxe dwarf who's insane. Let's see. We've got, well, the chrysanthemums because, well, chrysanth. We've got, there's so many more. I'd have to sit here and really think about it. There are things all scattered all over the dang place. And the Whistlings were named after Wisty Melon. She would just ping people and say, entertain me in the chat. I don't know what she's up to now because I haven't seen her for a while, but they were named after her. Nothing is based off of chat. How many sassy witches do you have? Well, there are some witches in the game, but I don't know if any of them are considered sassy. I don't know if they're considered sassy or not. I did have a guy named Dave, and he is in the demolition business. No, I'm kidding. I'm gonna put a little more Neosporin on my heel where he jabbed me here, just in case. Because cat claws are nothing if not covered with stuff. So, I mean, cats are pretty damn clean. They clean themselves fastidiously all the time, but they also like attacking small creatures and digging in the dirt and stuff. So let's be safe. And I had a guy at some point, Dave. He was a soul forged who's, because I don't remember why. Well, there was a day you were doing something. You were talking about something, but he is a soul forge that hangs out outside this one inn. And sells people chickens and eggs and things like that because he is just like a little farmer. Not a farmer, but he's basically got chickens and things, and he just hangs out and talks to people rarely, but sells chickens. Better than a bite. I prefer the claws. Yeah, the bites aren't fun. I gotta snip off the end of my fingernail here. I just ripped it, which took some doing. There we go. And I don't remember what I named that guy, though. Cats bite too. Yeah, they do. What was this program called again? It is called Canvas of Kings. You can buy it on Steam for about 19 bucks. Unless it's on sale. Then it's even cheaper. But yeah, you can do all kinds of fun stuff. Now, I want to see what the this coast is going to look like at night. We're going to go play with the lighting here really quickly. Oh, I want the lights on, actually. Wait. How bright? Yeah, we'll do that. All right, we're going to take the sun down. All right, so we got our nice little coast. Dark at night. So dark. Kick those lights up. Look how bright it is. I like how you can do this too. Oh, it didn't do it. Why didn't it do it? Oh, I have to do it. You can turn your map negative. I'm sure there's a reason for it. And you can change the weather. And this is still, I mean, this place would never have snow, so I can't really say that I do it, but you can coat the whole place in snow. Turn on a lot of snow falling. Ah, snow on the coast. All right, turn the light down a little bit. We're going to go back to ambient daytime. In fact, I'm going to turn the lights off for the moment. Can you overlay a grid? Yeah, you can overlay a grid. You can Make sure I save here. You can show the grid. And if I can find it, there it is. You can find an area of the map you want to grid. And I can't remember how to rotate it, but you can put a grid on here and you can change the color of this grid to whatever you want it to be. You can change it to some other color. It's just easier to see when it's red. So you put a grid on and you choose how big you want the grid. And right now the grid is unit inches. Oh, and it crashed again. See, this is why I save. Because there are bugs. Yeah, you can grid the entire map too. But you can export like a specific area if you want. All right, let's see if I can get this size back down to a manageable shape and size. Come on. Give me my cursor. Curse you, cursor. All right, how far are we off on this? Okay, there we go. We're a little bit far down on the bottom. There we go. We can make it a little tiny bit bigger. And then we'll load the map back up. Bloopity, bloopity, bloop, 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 bloop. All right. We're back in here. But anyway, the grid, when I put the grid on here, I was doing a test. I'm not even going to touch this. Not even going to touch the centimeters and stuff, but you can do the entire map area. Where is that grid? Where is grid? Now, I thought there was a button to... Where was it? Ended grid? Yeah, there you go. And so you can turn the grid on everything. And you can do this. And then you've got a grid. And you've got your whole map gridded out. Now, if you really wanted to, you could have built the map perfectly. I hate building things perfectly on grids because I just absolutely hate doing that. But you can grid the entire thing out and be gritty. Whee! But you can also, you can change the grid to hexes, and it crashed it again. Oh, it's trying to, it almost had me, it made me click underneath, and I almost posted a blank post to X. Hey, let's open the program again. All right, come on. Come on, Canvas the Kings, you can do it. We'll make it a little smaller here. We'll get it to about there. All right. It's probably because I have too big of a map and too much stuff on it. I don't know. But, Dave, I thought I saw... Oh, there it is. I found it. Okay. Where is it here? Show grid. We want to extend the grid. And you can rotate DOS grid. So you could say, hey, I built this on a funky angle, but since I want to use it for something, you can rotate and you can switch. I don't know how much of a rotational change you can make. If you can do like 6 degrees, 5 degrees, 100 degrees, if you can do half degrees or something like that. Go, little game, go. Where's the place that has the fancy cheeses? Cheeses? Oh, the beach place. Oh, this beach place has nothing like that. Nothing good anyway. You know what's interesting is this grid is above this building. That's interesting. You know? So we could technically have a grid at any angle or rotation we wanted it to on the whole map. And then you can export, like, I want to put the grid on here and I want to export the just the market. because they're gonna fight in the market. They're gonna fight with Philomena over the price of her crab pockets. And there's going to be a food fight. It's always funny until somebody gets a crustacean to the eye. Kind of like the old 1930s movie or 20s movies with pie fights. It's a crab fight. Why not? Boop. All right, so turning off the grid. Not going to screw around with the grid right now. But then, like I said, you can export the whole map, the bounds. You can export just a section on the screen. You can do all kinds of stuff. Yep, YouTube's using the handle. Yep. Any space games that use miles and feet instead of the socialist finger? In Stationeers, when I'm playing, I think you can actually use Fahrenheit. Everything is measured in Kelvin and Celsius and all this, but I think you can actually do stuff in kilometers and whatnot too. The stark contrasts are pretty stark because this is a very difficult place to live. People work their fingers to the bone, but they have these little creatures that steal cheeseburgers. But up north, when you get into like the Whitewood, it's the haunted wood with the necromancers and witches, and then the orders of the knights that are patrolling the roads between Mount Silvermon and all the villages along the edge of Fryland and kind of all the way up into past where Narrow's Keep and everything is up to Mordecai's Seat. There's a lot of villages in there that are beset by the undead because that entire area is nothing but just death. Luckily, none of it comes down to where Santa's Fall is because, well, for having fallen there has changed things and made it very, very sanctified. Sanctimonious? No, not sanctimonious. It has blessed the ground in a way that the undead don't like going there. It doesn't bar them completely, but it makes it really uncomfortable for them. Yeah, I really wish I had more stuff to do along the beach, but we'll leave the beach alone. We'll stop playing with the beach. I kind of want to do something with this area right here because it heads out towards the lighthouse. So I'm thinking we're going to put a path across here and a path across there. I think this might be... I could put a stone road. It wouldn't make sense to have a full path. If I do a dirt road, it looks a little large. I mean, it kind of works. There's going to be a lot of carts and things going around this area because they have to go up and down. But I think this will be an actual stone path. Would it go around there though? Would it go around or would it just connect to this stone path? I think it would do this. Because the intended path is it going towards that. But there are things in the way, so it would go slightly around it. So that would work. I'm going to put another little path off the side here, though, because people will never always follow the path. They'll just cut the side of it. People will also literally just cut around these things, too. Because this is what people do. You know, humans. There may be an actual path, but we don't care. We're people. And we're going to continue the stone path up to the lighthouse. Make this a little smoother. I think I want to add another point in here. Do this. People are gonna just swoosh around this corner any way they can. Because if they could go through here, they could. But they can't because I'm putting a building there. You can't do it. That's too big. Yeah, bam! Building. Last thing you expected to see was a massive building there. All right, let's see. Are we going to hook it? Because I think this will be the light keeper or lighthouse keeper's home. And he'll be right there. You can just go boop, boop. Noodle soup on sticks. Well, that would be some real thick noodle soup or something. Holy? Holy, Dave? Yeah, the stone path is definitely newer than some of this stuff, because in this town, I had a note on the side, this lighthouse and everything with it had been severely damaged, and it's been rebuilt on the little peninsula. And I used to, what I originally had when I did this before is I had a path going down here, and I had a big, like almost a hill here. I had removed all these buildings. I had kind of a promenade hill. I could not get the hill to look like I wanted it. So, fortunately. One other thing I just realized I wanted to do. Let me check something. No, I can't move it down. I thought I did one of those where I moved it up and down, and it actually blended the edges better because it moved it, but it didn't. Oh, wait, did I make this a stone path? Oh, wait, this is what, oh, crud, I gotta redo it. Unless, hey, Dave, have you found a way to change the road type on a path? Because I have not, and I just have to redo them. I just realized this is supposed to be the small dirt path, which is why I use the other part of the dirt path. Because this thing, I'm remembering what I did in the other version before it crashed and exploded on me here, is this actually had a paved road coming out of it, but it was narrower. Where's my width command? Z is up, H is scaled down width. Okay. There we go. This was the paved road up here. This is all coming back to me now. There's the stone path, because the road used to go straight through here and connect to this. All right, now I remember why originally I had this road. Can I not? Yeah, I can scale this one down too. Because, wait a second, didn't I? I'm now trying to remember if I had, I think I had, let me try this once. Let me see if I'm remembering this incorrectly now. Because like I did on the other map, I had this road going out a very specific way and meeting this. But then the road actually has been kind of destroyed and run off. And I flooded the end of it with dirt and stuff. I put a bunch of paths to try and hide. This is getting into the area of when I crashed, because I accidentally grabbed the coast and tried to scale it up or whatever I was doing at the time. That didn't work well. It did not like it. Which one was my? This was my little dirt path. But did I'm trying to remember if I used a big dirt road, because I thought I made it look like this had been robbed out by taking this and scaling it down slightly because it was supposed to look like this used to be the road connected to there. And then I had a, what did I do? Oh, I was using the rocks. Which doesn't make a whole lot of sense because, you know, obviously it would have been robbed out like a century or two ago. But it's possible that maybe somebody's doing some work on it. Oh, I gotta rotate. That's why I was like, why is that bending? Bezier curve. Stupid curve. Let's see if I can get this. Because originally then this road also went right through that where that house was. So it used to connect here, and there used to be another thing, but you know, people have built over there. This town is very old. I would have sworn I had something else here at this junction, though. What did I do? I did something. But I don't, for the life of me, I can't remember what it was. I wish I remember now. I wish I remember. I do not. I blame the gypsy for taking my memory. Because originally the paved roads were the main part of the town. Then the smaller roads came in, the smaller stone roads, and then now they've kind of been back to all the way back to, you know, dirt paths and things around the edges because they've been through hell and back. The road isn't finished, but it's also kind of been like stolen, like old Roman roads. People were like, hey, you know, we need to fix that building. Some really good Agrian stone. Anybody use that road anymore? Nope. I don't have any memories. Stupid hundreds of years. Let's see here. We're going to move that bush. We're going to angle this road up. We're going to angle this road back a little bit. We're going to take this bush. We're going to move it over here. We're going to take this piece of this road, angle it back, make it connect however we want here. Still feels a little weird. That way, let's angle this properly back. Get all those things kind of moving together, sort of. Because people don't care about whether or not it looks right from the air. They care about how the path saves them 3 steps. Yeehaw. Memory like a goldfish. Coral mandrakes, no such thing. Never heard of them. They don't exist. What are you talking about? There are only women drakes here. Underwater plant life. Save steps, save the world. Sometimes they have the memory of Joe Biden. Well, at least somebody's got it. Hashtag no dudes. I was doing something else with this road. I'm wondering if I was restructuring things to get that to angle better on something. I don't remember what I did, though. I did something that led to me crashing, but I can't remember all the steps because I had to hop away from my computer at that point. I don't remember what they were. Move this bush off of there. In fact, I'm going to delete that. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to have these bushes out here exactly. All right. So we got our cool little lighthouse area with our built up rocks. And I really wish they hadn't put this little piece right in the center of the rock, because when it repeats, it makes them all look exactly the same. You can tell they're so similar. It's just something you don't want to do with your assets, unless you're going to always cover the top of these rocks up. Having something like that is just really obvious. I didn't just trim them, I deleted them. I nuked them. Nuke the bushes. I got a message here. And it's already 7 o'clock. I didn't realize that. So I got to hop off here. But thank you all for coming by while I just did mapping. This was nice because it actually reinvigorated my brain here, even with the crashing. That reminds me of, you know, doing stuff at work because I break things all the time. Anyway, I'm going to get the heck out of here. You guys are going to go do things. Maybe you're going to go watch Season of Ghosts in an hour. You let me know. But throw something in the comments. Give a like. And I will talk to you guys on Thursday for more of this. I'll probably be writing on Thursday unless work kicks my butt again. We'll see. So, all right. I'm going to get out of here. Everybody have a good night. Bye.